We can all agree on, and Bob Barker, my friend, is taking some action. He basically wrote a letter on behalf of PETA to the Chicago Mayor Richard Daley, urging his support for an elephant protection ordinance currently pending in the city council there. What the ordinance would do is ban the use of sharp steel-tipped bull hooks on elephants when they are in the circus in Chicago. And Bob, Bob is with me now, my dear friend. How's it going?
Well, I don't know how it's going as yet. I just know that it's being introduced. And all of us who care for animals or are interested in animal welfare are very grateful to Mary Ann Smith, the alderman, who is introducing this ordinance.
I mean,
it's not a big win in the big picture, but on the other hand, it is a step in the right direction.
But who votes against that? I mean, what city councilman would say, oh, no, it's important to use the bullhooks?
Well, Ringling Brothers Circus is notorious for having lobbyists any place and every place that anyone tries to do anything to help the elephants that are tortured day in and day out in the circus. And I'm sure that their lobbyists will be working on the alderman.
It's an example of we will, stop scratching your back if you don't scratch ours right now.
That's exactly right.
Bob Barker also doing some fantastic work with the Sea Shepherd Foundation, a great foundation which sort of fights against whaling. And another topic, I couldn't imagine anyone on the other side pro-whaling for some reason.
Well, the rest of the world is not pro-whaling. As a matter of fact, the International Convention for the Regulation of Whaling voted in favor of a total moratorium on all commercial whaling. And the 59 countries are signatories to this convention. And only the Japanese have continued. Well, the Norwegians too, to a certain extent. But the Japanese, they claim it's research, and they want to take 1,200 whales a year for research, which is utterly ridiculous. The rest of the world is pointing the finger of scorn at them. And Paul Watson is out there right now in the Antarctic with the Bob Barker and the Steve Irwin, and he's doing everything and anything he can to disrupt the whaling operation and try to prevent them from taking enough whales to make it profitable.
Bob Barker made a donation to Sea Shepherd Foundation. I love the story. So Paul Watson, who runs Sea Shepherd, said to you, Bob, what you tell the story. What did he say?
Well, he and I were in a meeting, and I was very impressed with him. He's very intelligent, he's courageous, and he's dedicated. And he said to me that over the years he had said that if he had $5 million, he could put the Japanese whaling fleet out of business. And I said, Paul, I think you have the skill to do that. And I said, I have $5 million, so let's get it on. And that's what we did.
Was that the greatest ever? I mean, what was his? He must have fallen backwards.
To say that he was happy is putting it mildly.
Oh, fantastic! This guy, he goes out there himself, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
He tries to disrupt Japanese whaling.
Barker, right? He's right there, right in the middle of it all. And all of them, their lives are at risk, as you know, this one boat was rammed by the Japanese, and 6 crewmen were in the water. And in the Antarctic, you can only be there for a short time. And they had a May Day out, and the Japanese ignored it. They wouldn't pull them out of the water after ramming them. And fortunately, the Bob Barker arrived on the scene in time to get them out of the water and save their lives.
Well, it's a wonderful story, and it's a great endeavor. And to be able to do that after, with your resources is fantastic.
My resources would not exist without those wonderful, wonderful people who watched me all those years on television.
Isn't that great? I bet you meet people all the time, given the amount of